once I graduated from college, I worked during the summer doing the Pittsburgh Civic Light Opera, being in the ensemble of a bunch of musicals. And so I think I maybe raised I think I had $1,500 maybe at least, to help me get into the city. That being said, that was in an account, and I literally had no money in like a couple dollars. And this is when the Lincoln Tunnel was $4 if you were a car, $6, $2 each additional axle. That's important because my U-Haul truck had an additional axle and we only had $4. So we had to pull over to the little side there and where the cops could, this is all pre-9/11, which was helpful, and go through change, and I had to give them change out of my backpack in order to be allowed into New York. So literally my first trip in New York was, I was scraping for change.
I lived in a house with about 5 boys when I started out, and I didn't have any money, never had taken a taxi, just everything was, walking, trying to save every penny you had. And then I remember when I did get a job and suddenly I thought I can afford a taxi, it was sort of, it was the most incredible feeling.
This way, please. This way.
Okay, next one. Take one step. Right there, and now straight ahead, look up top.
And to the right, please. Greta, this way, please. Straight ahead.
I'm feeling good. And right next to her, thank you.
I have many of those moments. I actually had a moment of being broke after I was successful, because it's the way movies come out. You've done the thing that's the thing, but you haven't yet gotten the next job. And I was in a film called Greenberg, which was my break. It was a big deal for me, and I had shot that movie, and then I had not shot another movie. And when it opened, I was in Los Angeles, and I had a hotel room for a few days for press and for the premiere. And my parents came down from Sacramento and stayed with me because I was like, "You guys, it's a party. Let's all hang out in my hotel room." And anyway, once that was over, I was staying in LA for auditions, and I had no money. I had very little in my bank account, and I had used the last of it to get a rental car. And I remember driving past a Marquee in Los Feliz. There's a cinema there, and my face was on it, and I didn't have a place to stay that night. And luckily my mom's friend, Karen, God bless her, and her husband were there helping their daughter with her new baby, and they had a little kind of Airbnb type thing before Airbnb. But they said, "Oh, you can come and stay with us." And then I ended up getting 2 jobs, and then it was fine. But it was that moment of like, there I am, and where am I gonna stay tonight?
And Dermot, one more time. And second row, please.
I worked jobs, through college. So really since I had a paper route as a 13-year-old, I always picked up little jobs. I had a little window washing service. So I was never not working, even as a student. But I got a hot start coming out of college and starting a career. So I didn't really spend grueling months trying to get my foothold or anything like that. In fact, the most wonderful thing my father said was, since you're not going to graduate school or medical school or do anything like that, I will pay your rent for 1 year. And after that, you're on your own. So he paid it for 2 months. And so as far as I'm concerned, my dad owes me 10 months of, I think the rent was $300 split, my portion. So I'm gonna ask him about that. Are you still good for it?
It was lentils every day. Lentils are a gorgeous staple. I still eat a lot of lentils, actually.
And did you have? I had like multiple roommates, slept on a wood floor, all that. Did you have a bed? Because you were ahead of me if you had a bed.
I did have a bed, not a frame, but there was a mattress.
Okay.
So
The mattress.
yeah,
on the
I guess I
floor.
was riding high.